Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back in the Cyclist tactics with our little journey from humble beginnings as a noob cycling team to, hopefully, the top of the world when it comes to the Grand Tours and all the other tours too. This is where we are at the moment. It's a long way to go. Altdorf, Postal Services, here we go. And today, it looks like we are going to tackle the road to Novobeskov, a truly awe-inspiring classic for Jan Schmidt, who has his major fitness peak here. And looking at his stats like this, what do you see? I think we see someone rather capable, because 9 energy per turn and 96 energy. That's a fair amount, I have to say. Also downhill and 1 technical. That isn't bad. Take a look and see what comes of it, because we are on Ahanan roads, the worst roads in the known universe. And those are, well, a few tech sectors here. But you see, we have to contend with a few downhill sectors right towards the end of the stages with technical stuff in them. So he gets effectively a +2 there. That could work out. Well, you know what? We don't have a really good climber here yet that we could level up. So let's search for a good climber before we jump into the races. Hetvesian mountain rider, the highest chance to roll a mountain rider in the entire game. Of course, where would you search for them otherwise? So there we go, and it's Krep. Ah, there we go. 2 of Gazmir, 1 by. Oh, Vladimir is looking strong there. Oh, God! Whoa! Oh, that was tight. That was tight. Vladimir Vrolov taking it. Nice, but that was a big time trial there towards the end too, so Gerhard Horn is not one for them time trials. So what is our competition here? A few level 7 riders. It's pretty tough, in case you wonder who we are contending with. Of course it is Jan Schmidt. So he's effectively, I would say, a level 4.5 rider right now. Something around there, level 4, level 4.5, because of his major fitness peak, but that will be really tough. Let's get into the first stage. And let's get into a cup of tea. Ah, yes. And I almost wanted to say we're seeing a sensible start, but we don't. They jump to here, only using energy. And then they want to jump to there. You know what? I don't agree. Let's see. Can we? Ooh, wow, that's a big ass move. That's a big move. I'm still pondering this one. Should I land there? And then hope they are not jumping the entire hill with the peloton. Because that would be a killer move. They can, from here, just barely. And I would not be able to get there, only to here. Or are they then just going to drop the speed they had and land somewhere perhaps there? If that is the case, then we would be able to catch them up and have been a bit more efficient than they. But that's also risky. And we would lose the 2 points of energy that you get from falling back in the peloton. So I think this time around, I'm going to follow the peloton. Alright, looks like they chickened out and made the shorter move. But it's decent slipstream, considering that we're going uphill here. You what, mate? Okay. And then they pull out something like this from here? Why? It's crazy. Alright, I see. The favorites have switched over to attack mode already. Ugh. But there's only flat in front of us. So I wonder, should I move my guys forward, or do I bank on the relay being strong enough at this moment still, and the terrain easy enough for them to always be blocked? I think that's the case, so let's leave our riders back there and move Klaus Fuchs forward as our primary helper on the next turn. Oh yeah, oof. No one attacking with that momentum blocking. That's like, how many nodes are they going to block? Like 7, right? Yeah, that's the maximum, 7 they can block. How do I know what's the maximum blockage you can get in this situation? Like how many nodes can be blocked? Very easy. You just look at the lower maximum slipstream number here for the sector. And if that is reached, you cannot block any more because that's the lowest there out of all of them. If it was just the flat -2 terrain, you could block 10 in front of you. So it's always good to know. Ooh, no one is going to attack from there. Wow. I'm going to stay where I am. Holy. 10 slipstream here. This sector up to there could have given them 12. And to their 14. So unfortunately we were rudely interrupted by the downhill -4. Otherwise this would have been even more extreme. But like 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, 0. Whoa, they are moving. Okay, here comes Jan Schmidt's advantage, and that is technical, of course. One of the advantages. It's a slight advantage, but we need to make use of that. You see, he uses 1 point less. That's 1 point more than nothing. So that's good. And this is going to be a... okay, No, they can't jump that one in one go. But they can get to the mountain 2% and then make a pretty nasty jump to there. And that is exactly what they are doing. So jumping to the middle of the mountain there, and then, yep, nice attack move over. Oh, I hope they don't overshoot too much. Oh no, Jan! No, not now! For the next turn, he's losing 1 energy per turn. Well, that sucks. Ooh, and now the favorites are going. Ouch. I don't think Jan can follow this. Can he? Ooh, maybe. No, just barely. Gerhard Seidel can do a 6-5. So that means that Jan should be able to do a 7-5 and follow. Yeah? Okay. So Gerhard follows. And that's in front of the peloton, yeah. And then we have Klaus follows. He can follow. No problem. And Jan, 7-4. Nice, not even a max. Not even a maximum attack. That's nice. That means he has at least one more move in him. Just barely. I'm going to position myself behind the favorites who all have fallen back into group. So they might be up to something. One rider decided to give it a rather tragic lead out. But the others, they are in position and in the technical stuff. Oh, and I'm looking forward to this. We are getting 6 slipstream, but you see this? Jan will be able to follow with just 6 energy. Doesn't even need attack points here. Oh, no! That must have been so damn close. Let's calculate. Oh, no, wait a sec. That's with... Yeah, okay, no. Couldn't move any further. It's all blocked. It's fine. That's already a 7-4 for him. It's just because of the slipstream, of course. But we do need to get into position now. No! Oh, no. Well, so much for that. They all went back into relay, which means you can't overtake. You have to sprint, and you have to sprint from there. And that means you can equally well just leave it be because our position wasn't good. We should have been in the relay then. Ah, yes. Well, didn't play our hand well. Anyway, let's see what the move across the finish line is going to be. Yeah, pretty tame. I'm not going to sprint with anyone. As you can see, there's a wall there called Roman. The only thing that can be said about this stage is that we lost no time, which is good. Also full attack point recovery, that's always good to see. and almost fresh in terms of recovery in general. But losing 4 points on a stage like this, that is weak. That is very weak. That's a rough first move. Ouch. Yeah, no escapees are going to go away there. Also, what is this? Like, I thought this was a flat stage. Then I get into here, it's mountain 2, downhill -4. What? Alright, well. Alright. No escapees in this stage. And we are slowly moving forward. Through the technical sectors. This is going to be a little rough. They have struck a pretty hefty pace. Jan and Klaus are now at the front. Next move is going to be fast and not all that much slipstream because of the flat +2 there. So maybe if they somehow drop the tempo, we could have a chance at an attack, but I highly doubt it. They seem to be very, very keen to pull hard. Oh! Oh, wow. Ow. Okay. That is a big move. Yep, alright. So, the peloton could... Oh no, it was able to follow. Yeah. It still has how many attack points left? Let's see. So, currently 7. So, it won't be able to do a max attack move anymore. And what are your bets? Sprint finish or not sprint finish? I think it's going to be a sprint finish, even if the peloton can't follow. So with that mass of riders up there, so I'm going to join them and see what I can do. Even if that costs me a little extra attack points. Oh, a very interesting constellation all of a sudden. Yeah. So, now we do need to do some calculations, because this move, you see the 12 here, right? So, that means they are going to finish easily. The slipstream is limited, but all the favorites have reordered behind the relay. So it looks like there are some different sprint trains going on for this one. What is the maximum move that we are going to see here? And can we escape, not from... no. Can we escape the iron grip of the favorites, who probably do want to put in a massive move? So as always, you should be going through these one by one from the top and just see who can move the furthest. And if that is enough in terms of momentum blocking, as you see here, we're going to be at 6 momentum blocking, naturally. So here we have +10, +10, +12, because that's 5 +6 +1 for the flat bonus there. So +12, and this is... Ooh! Okay. That's a lot. That's a +14. That's a big move. And here we have... Ooh. Yeah, that's a +15. Right, so I would assume that Adam Foster is going to be the one who goes the furthest. And then we have the empty sprinter. Yeah, he's not really in contention, is he? Piotr here is the first one where I'm saying that, yeah, he might be able to sprint pretty well, because he doesn't need too much power to follow. But then, yeah, okay, that's -1 slipstream, so they do need a decent amount. But he then can spend 9 attack points. That's massive. This is tough. Behind Constantino. Yeah, let's see where this leads. Okay, so both of my guys are placed behind Constantino here. And shall see if anyone else is trying to... Oh, and see if Adam Foster actually leads out the way up. We thought he would. That is looking like it works. Adam Foster, indeed, pulled ahead. And he has the furthest move across the line and then got out-sprinted by everyone. Because he was pulling. And if we look at this... 1, 2, 3, 4... That's at the front! Jan Schmidt! Ich liebe es, wenn ein Plan funktioniert. Anyway, we are, well, we don't know if it'll work yet. Now Klaus comes and is another body in the way. So we can just go to... No? He's going to stay there. Like there? Nah, that's too many attack points. He's just going to be a body in the way, right? And then this guy can't outsprint us. This guy? Maybe. Probably. Let's see. No, Jan Schmidt! Jan Schmidt! And Gerhard Seidel be like, yo guys, what is going on over there? I heard some screaming that sounded like Jan, and I'm not sure what it was. Could you tell me, please? There he comes. That was actually a fantastic win, I have to say. Alright, perfect. Oh, also to note there was that Klaus got outsprinted by 10 other riders. And now I do have a plan. And that plan is that Gerhard Seidel goes on the hunt for the red jersey. He is going to try and take the first 2 climb ratings. That's why he slouched so much at the end of the stage there before. He has full recovery now and 19 attack points. Even the others have maximum attack points, that bodes well. And full energy as well. Cool. Let's go. Okay, it looks like no attackers are going. So what we could do is... lead out Gerhard Seidel. That is a costly move, but might be a good one. Though he can do that himself, can't he? How far can they jump? They can't even move across the mountain in that turn. Can he though? Like this, I know this is not Gerhard, but yeah, he will be able to. Just barely. Alright. No lead out for Gerhard. He's a big boy. He can handle it. And there goes the attack, an 8-5. That allows him to jump to there. And no further, because that's a tech sector. So basically he's 1 move ahead of the peloton now already. Now Gerhard is moving hard across the flat. And there we go. Just 1 more turn and he's got, hopefully, that jersey for himself. What a wonderful day it is for Gerhard. Now he can rest. And there, finally, they caught Gerhard. Now it is just an easy ride across the flat. And then towards the final hill, where probably Jan Schmidt is going to get nuked by some of those more explosive riders. I.e. everyone. I'm so tempted with how much energy our dear Jan has to launch a long-range attack on this one, led out by Klaus, just nuking it. Like, Klaus pulls until he dies, and Jan just follows through, has plenty of, doesn't use any attack points, basically, and then powers up that last hill and into the finish. And as long as the pace is slow, as it is right now, that could work if we just get that initial advantage. Because all the leaders here are in P3. Problem being, the terrain isn't tough enough for that to properly work, because even if a move is really hard in the peloton, in the back they will get so much slipstream that it doesn't really matter. And at this point, you see we have 200 nodes remaining. So, still a little too long, I would say. Okay, they're still in P3. And there is some terrain coming up. Especially like this little section here, which I'm eyeing because that is a -2 to slipstream. So I'm going to stay in P2. Let them do the move. And see if we can, like, really, if they just jump to here or so, make a short one. Come to the front and start attacking. Ah, damn it. No, they have definitely upped the tempo. I think that might be due to some guys having switched to actually be in P2. Some have switched to attack mode. No, still not. Okay, so maybe that was a fluke. Let's move up with Klaus and Jan and see what happens. No, oh, there we go. That's the opportunity. There we go. They left me a little bit. Oh, you see what? That's the -2. There you have the -2 slipstream. 2 slots empty. They didn't fill them. So here comes my attack. Jan Schmidt is going to easily follow. Let's see if that one works out. So Klaus Fuchs goes into the relay. And, well, Jan doesn't. He doesn't need to. No one needs to go into the relay there. There's no benefit to that if you're just riding like this. So Gerhard is going to have a nice look at the panic that is going to ensue at the front of the peloton. Oh yes, a nice move to right there. The question is, can they follow such a move, or do they want to follow such a move? It's a pretty hard one. Jan can follow easily. Oh, no, there they go. There they go. They have a slight penalty there to their efficiency, though. That is just a 9, and we are on a 10, so effectively we have a 6-node advantage at the moment. Oh my. Question is, can they reach this? Because that is super efficient. Like, that move is killer. Let's see. Let's see, I don't think they can. Well, that doesn't look good for them. That really doesn't look good for them. I think we got him! That is... that is a catastrophe of a move. Are they so... Oh yeah, he's shafted. Okay, you know what? We do have the luxury here to split this move into half. And to grab 3 points for the sprint rating with Jan. Okay, we do like this. He stays there. And should Jan do a pull? Let's see how far he can move here. Max energy move gets him to here, which is enough. It's kind of halfway. And then we can move to there, and then together jump the hill. Perfect. So Jan to the front. No, like this. Okay. And now the favorites are coming to the front like, what are you guys doing? Right, right. That Schmidt bastard is up front with Fuchs. Ooh, they are getting very far though. Can they reach that point? This is going to be a little bit of a fight. I don't think they can. This is way too far, but... they have seriously accelerated. Yeah, that's a nice move here that we have on the table. Move to the foot of the hill. Have the 10 and then probably be able to jump to there. And then across, well, to there. That might be the point where they either catch us or can't. And with that, I have covered every possibility there is, so I can't be wrong. Brilliant killer of. Anyway, we're going to move to the bottom of the slope. What I meant to say there is that that node is pivotal. If we get caught there, then we're effed. So, and we won't. I don't... No, it's very unlikely with them moving to there. I am a little surprised to not see any attacks coming from the favorites here. Maybe they were momentum blocked. And Jan still has all his 14 attack points. It can't get any better than this. This was such a well-planned attack. And you know what this also does? It takes the mountain rating points away from the others so that Gerhard is guaranteed his jersey. Because the next best rider has 3 points. So, yeah, no chance. And Jan even gets some slipstream. This is just too beautiful, isn't it? And now they have to make the inefficient move here. I don't think... Can they... Oh my. Some of the best riders might just be able to reach this thing. Uh-oh. That's just a 5-6 from there. That's with +1 though. So this is a 6-6. That means that they need 4 more. So a +16 in the mountain. I don't think anyone has that kind of power. No, oh, Adam comes close. Adam's damn close. Adam Foster. He's just lacking. He can reach the last node here. He can reach this one. Nope, those are not enough. Those are definitely not enough. Okay. Looks good so far, but it will be extremely close. Like 1 node close. And Igor is also not being able to follow. No. None of the favorites. Like the closest one, like I said, is Adam. Ah, and we can actually also move further than that. And I think I'm going to. That's getting us so close here. I think I'm just going to play it safe. And make a max move here, or almost max move there. Because they can't reach that point. That's guaranteed that they can't. Oh, the favorites are landing with Klaus. Alright. And there goes Jan. What a massive move towards the finish. And the favorites are far, far behind him. Like, this is unreal. This was so perfectly played. That's not quite myself there. I always make little mistakes, like in nuances, but that was just that all. Usually you can plan something out, but then you, like the AI or something doesn't quite work the way you thought it would play out, and then you get screwed over in like minor details. And while overall it still kind of worked out, but this was just way too perfect. Like, look at that. He wins the tour overall. And he wins the green jersey too. And we have won the mountain jersey too. Like, this was fantastic. Yep. There we have it. There we have it. Jan takes the yellow jersey. Jan takes the green jersey. And Gerd Seidel takes the red jersey. What a race. It is really hard to top that, isn't it? I mean, Jan is over the moon. He was the little noob rider that we had along from the start, and now he is level 3. And he has a negative fitness pick. Back to Earth, Jan. Back to Earth. Let's level you up. Well, he needs so many things. He does need so many things. I think the one that I'm most satisfied with is, of course, the energy. Energy per turn, if you have over 90 energy base, then you do need more energy per turn than 8. So that would be a good move for overall speed. But then this would also be a good move. He does need a 6 there. Overall, I don't think I want to go beyond 6 with him. He's always going to be a little bit slow in regarding punchiness. Because he has such high energy. We can't really push many points into this. Because we do need to cover the recovery. And that's also because we are going into downhill, of course. So that we do have that additional recovery available for those slower moves down the slopes where he can recover massive amounts. We don't want him to max out that quickly. But I think 5 attack points is probably the way to go for now. And then next level up, that would be, yeah, next level up, we get him an attack per turn. And from then on, it is energy per turn, or rather recovery, and then at some point energy per turn. Still looking for Hetvesian climbers. No. Well, this is quite nice, but whoa, bit of a unicorn there. Andreas Friedrich 12. You go onto the track, mate, or ride short course races. But no, this is not for us. But you know what? That turned out to be more satisfying than I thought it would. And we have our first win on the roster of achievements that we need to complete. which feels great. So that means we can focus on other August races in the next season. Doesn't have to be the Road of Novobeskov anymore. Ahead of us, the Nalband Classic, as well as the Lannan Grand Prix. And that is going to be tough, especially at first stage. In general, this is quite tough. What can we do there? I don't know yet, but that's what we're going to find out in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.